clearly you guys have never heard of like an amnesiac fugue state.
No. Good album, though, from Radiohead.
It's like from Breaking Bad. He had a fake fugue. He fake fugued.
He did fake fugue. Yes, he got naked and went to a convenience store.
Yeah, he fake fugued it. Fugue faker.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, though.
It was Walter Whitey Tighties.
Mm-hmm.
Amnesia is a common trope in like soap operas and various daytime TV show kind of movies, and that someone completely forgets a part of their life or experience that is pertinent to the development of the story and
low hanging fruit.
Exactly
for plot.
Correct. So usually it's identified as kind of a fake phenomenon. People are like, oh, well, you're faking amnesia. You're like pretending to not remember the account of this stuff. But there are several instances of injuries to neurology patients. People have brain injuries who are incapable of remembering certain parts of their lives, or instances of the actual injury, etc. The best known is Henry Molaison, patient HM. 1953, he was 27 years old and underwent a surgery that led him to forget daily events nearly as fast as they occurred. So he wasn't able to process essentially memories or information the way that we normally do.
So no short-term memory at all, to the point where he's like, what am I doing right now? What am I doing right now?
Correct. His condition lasted until his death in 2008. 1953 is when he underwent the surgery.
That is nightmarish.
So he actually was very complicit in the studies of his memory, his brain, his blood chemistry, etc. And scientists actually learned a lot about amnesiac fugue states or amnesia, a lot from patient HM or Henry Molaison.
So did he know how to like clothe himself or do anything? I mean, was he just like an infant?
It was within the a few years of the actual surgery was like limited. His memory was limited to. So it was, yes, he had knew who his family was, etc. But there was
anything new.
Correct. He wasn't able to process this as new information. It would always funnel out. Another big one, I thought this one was interesting. Agatha Christie. You guys know Agatha Christie?
She wrote And Then There Was None.
She wrote some mystery novels.
She also faked her own, fugue state because they couldn't find her.
So in 1926, she disappeared for 11 days and was discovered 200 miles from where her abandoned car had been. She claimed to have no recollection of what happened during that 11-day period. She had basically stuck to that story her entire life, that she had no recollection of what happened during that 11 days.
How convenient.
She was located by her then husband, Archibald, who, quote, said, "She suffered from the most complete loss of memory, and I do not think she knows who she is. She does not know me, and she does not know where she is. I am hoping that rest and quiet will restore her." Scientists called her affliction psychogenic amnesia, a rare condition that is psychological in origin and is usually displayed after some type of trauma. So
maybe like PTSD kind of
correct.
episode?
So there are theories that perhaps it had to do with the nature of the relationship with her husband, and that there was something going on, that she potentially something traumatizing happened, and she blanked those 11 days out and 200 miles.
Probably just as well.
Probably,
yeah.
Honestly.
Oh.
This one kind of bothered me. In 2005, a 38-year-old British man referred to as HO.
A lot of H's going to
patient,
HO.
Yeah, exactly.
HMO.
So this one says HO, this one says WO, and then it says WO later. So let's go with W. Woo! Patient, March...
Patient, woo!
Patient, whoa. Patient, whoa.
That's when Ric Flair went in. That's
whoa.
Yeah. He comes in, just chest slaps him.
With those weird out of body lungs.
Lungs. Yeah, that Angela commented on his effing lungs.
So, 38-year-old British man W.O. Was apparently in 2005 following a routine root canal, was left unable to form new memories every morning since he wakes up, believing it to be the day of his root canal in 2005.
Oh, Jesus.
Isn't that terrible? Of all the days, every day you wake up is my root canal.
Oh my God.
Did that happen before or after his procedure? Because that that would be weird if like maybe a nerve or something was stimulated that affected the is it the frontal lobe?
So prior studies had discovered that the hippocampus.
I was going to say the hippocampus. Damn it! Should have just said it.
You could add points.
The hippocampus is involved in the processing and storing of memories, and that apparently during this procedure his hippocampus was undamaged, so they couldn't like attribute it to that. Then they wanted to go with the diagnosis of psychogenic amnesia, which was perhaps he had a traumatizing experience during this procedure, and apparently it didn't follow suit. It didn't match the diagnosis.
They're like, nope, that doesn't work. What's another one?
They basically don't know, right? Something happened during this man's root canal that caused him to lose his ability to record memories beyond yesterday, which is a terrifying prospect if you think about it. Like not being able to it's like almost like taking your life away, right? Like if you can't
there's like
store
no
those,
short-term memory.
Right.
That's crazy.
You always think it's yesterday.
Long-term memory, yeah.
Or today. You always think it's today, basically.
It's like that Drew Barrymore movie,
51st
Dates. Yeah.
So there's actually one of these where they believe that the lady who came out, her psychogenic amnesia manifested itself after 51st Dates came out, and they were able to trick her essentially by doing tests that she had like taken in the past. They were studying her for a while, and something happened where they were like, okay, like you got this from 51st Dates. You're
oh no!
Right. So some of these amnesiac fugue states appear to be based on the will of the patient, essentially.
Well, if you believe anything, you can make anything happen. I mean,
Sure.
look at the people with the placebo effect.
Yeah.
The placebo effect proves
band.
that, placebo, yeah.
Good band.
Another one that I saw was a lady who was like she claimed to have woken up in her mid-30s. She had like a 15-year-old daughter or something, like a teenage daughter, and like mid to late 30s. She woke up and she claimed to be 15, and that she had lost all memory of the last 20 years of her life, and that she couldn't understand why these people were depending on her, and she had these relationships with these people, and she thought she was 15 years old, and then she wrote a book about it.
And it's called Freaky Friday.
But she was also she's also an author, which to me is like the ultimate, I don't know, it's a very cool media ploy to be like,
Agatha Christie too.
Yeah.
That's true.
She also wrote was it something on the Orient Express? Murder on the Orient Express.
Okay.
Nice
Thank you.
afternoon on the Orient Express.
That's, Murder on the Orient Express, which was also a really good movie made recently with Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, it was pretty good.
With Johnny Depp.
I thought this was interesting. Apparently, famous actor Harrison Ford is also a victim to Amnesiac Fugue.
We all know how he forgot things.
In March 2015, he sustained serious injuries following that hospitalized him for a month following the crash of a World War II vintage aircraft.
Oh yeah,
that he was piloting when the engine failed. And his last memory of the incident was air traffic control requesting or suggesting a certain landing technique that would allow him to land this disabled plane. And he crashed it, and he has no memory of the incident or the subsequent for, I guess, a few weeks after.
Wow.
Still a good landing, though. Any landing
he walked away from
is a good landing.
He stuck it.
Doctors told Ford that he was likely suffering from retrograde amnesia, which blocks access to memories of the events that occur prior to the injury.
A lot of people don't remember accidents and stuff that they've
right
been
as
in.
it happens. Right, it seems like a very chaotic state that you wouldn't.
I think it's something that your brain probably does for you, so that you don't remember the trauma of the thing happening to you.
So if it starts to happen again, you don't immediately buckle and Okay.
The brain will do some weird things to protect you.
Yeah, it does.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
There is
buries memories. It does all kinds of wacky stuff.
There's a
for
weird
you.
I think you have a natural DMT that gets released
when you're dying.
When you're dying,
you
and
basically
also
start tripping out.
Some women also get it when they're giving birth, so they don't actually remember
What?
all the pain.
So you get to trip on giving birth. You girls get it all, man.
See,
that's
that's
so
why
we get so
unfair.
That's why
many
they keep
blood
doing it all the
veins.
time.
I know they do it all the time just so they get that
See?
buzz, man. So unfair.
Yeah, there's a lot of
room just got warmer.
there's a lot of disassociative out of body experiences.
Yes. Yeah, we just like to get out of our bodies for a second.
I don't blame you.
It's so tumultuous.
Who doesn't?
Being legislated.